Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today we have the second game of a three-game series versus Boston. If you didn't get a chance to catch yesterday's game, please take a look at it. It was a crazy game, a lot of scoring, so please take a look at that. In addition, yesterday I had a 2020 absolute baseball card break, and we had two blaster boxes, and in one of the blaster boxes we actually had two hits, which was a bit of a surprise. So feel free to check that video out as well. Anyway, today's the second game of the three-game series. It's Dave Rozema for our Tigers, who's 1-2, versus Danny Parks, who is 2-0, and Danny Parks, if you remember from the earlier Boston series, the opening series, Danny Parks is a longtime minor league pitcher for Boston, and in this game he's apparently doing well enough that he's made the rotation, so that's who Danny Parks is. One other thing of note is there was a trade yesterday, and that trade is kind of a minor one. Montreal traded their everyday shortstop Chris Spire to the Rangers for a single-A catcher named Bob Johnson. That's what she said. Who did have 24 home runs in the minors in single-A ball last year, so maybe he's got a career ahead of him. At any rate, let's go ahead and get started with today's game. And as always, thank you for watching regularly. I appreciate that. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content and you want to see more of our games. Here we are with Dave Rozema. I did, after Dan Petrie's game yesterday, I did move Bob Stanley into the number 3 spot. If you remember, I did get Bob Stanley in a trade with Boston. And so he's going to take over Petrie's spot, and we're going to give Petrie a little chance to season in AAA. He's only 21 years old in 1980, so maybe with a few more months of minor league seasoning, he'll be ready to make more of a contribution. So Rozema's been really struggling as well. I'm hoping to get a good start out of him today. If not, I may have to consider bringing up someone else and putting Rozema down in the minors. He is also pretty young at age 23, but his numbers are not nearly as good as what he's done in his previous 3 years. So let's take a look at the lineup. The lineup is a little bit different than yesterday's game. I did bring Gary Hancock in to play right field. He's a superior defensive replacement. Champ Summers is usually in that position, and he's only got a 63. So with that 80, that's an improvement. And I put Tom Brookins back at third base for this game because he's a far superior defensive third baseman to Richie Hebner. And Brookins has had a couple games off, so we'll give him a chance to maybe make a contribution today, offensively as well as defensively. So, and there's Fisk in the number 3 role. So we'll see what he can do for us today.
Am I right or am I right or am I right?
Let's get started. Looks like basically the same lineup. I guess they put Dave Stapleton in at short instead of Rick Burleson, so that's the only difference in Boston's lineup. So here's the anonymous Danny Parks, who, as we talked about before, was a career minor leaguer who pitched really well for them, and he's off to a fantastic start. He got the win in his first start against Detroit, where he didn't give up any earned runs. So let's get the game going and see how he does today. Sweet Lou's leading off. And Lou grounds out to first. You'll see that the shortstop, Stapleton, is not too good defensively. in that position, so maybe we can take advantage of that today. Trammell grounds out to third, bringing up Fisk. He had a pretty good debut. He had a base hit and a walk in yesterday's game. And we got our 1-2-3. So Dave Rozema is facing Joe Morgan. Bring the outfield in like I always do against Joe. And Joe's got an infield hit to first there. So not the way you want to start off with someone with Joe Morgan's speed and Wade Boggs' contact. Bob maybe will turn 2. Nope. Morgan beats it out second for fielder's choice, and 1 out for Jim Rice. Rice is going to fly out to right. The problem with a pitcher like Rozema, and really Dan Petrie also, is they're not strikeout pitchers. So in these situations, you can't count on them blowing the hitter away. Yastrzemski grounds out to first. I didn't notice till just now, but Yastrzemski is in there in DH. So he must have had yesterday's game off.
I got it. But just in case, tell me the whole thing again.
All right, we get through the first, no score. Steve Kemp is up, and Kemp pops it up on the infield. 1 down. Lance Parrish. Oh, Parrish jacks it. That is a home run. That's Parrish's third. Kind of expected more from him in the first month, but he's contributing. Thompson hits it deep off the wall for a double.
You got like 3 feet of air that time.
So we have a runner at second with Tom Brookins, 1 down. Brookins sends the ball to center field. And yeah, we're going to take a risk here. We got the lead early, and Thompson is safe at third. Good base running by Thompson, and that brings up Gary Hancock.
Watch your profanity.
I have to be careful of the YouTube censors on that. And he flies out to center. So we do get 1 on the home run from Parrish, and now we are in the bottom of the second with Fred Lynn at the plate, and Lynn is going to have a high fly ball to the left for 1 out right at the wall on the warning track. And Tony Perez is up, lining out to Sweet Lou. And this brings up Dave Stapleton, who is a rookie, 26-year-old rookie. Looks like he's primarily a first baseman playing short, which is about as weird as you can get. I can't think of any other shortstop first baseman. If you can think of it, please leave the person in the comments, because that is pretty unusual.
Inconceivable!
Maybe Ernie Banks, right? Wasn't Ernie Banks a first base, shortstop, outfielder? So there you go.
Oh, man!
Danny Parks facing Dave Stegman. Stegman grounds out to Stapleton for the first out. And that gets us back to the top of the lineup with Lou Whitaker. Lou whips it into right against the wall, and do I want to go for a triple? Hell yes, I do. Oh no!
Go ahead.
That is unfair.
Make my day.
I guess I did that so quickly I didn't notice, but I thought that was a 90%. But I guess you don't run on Fred Lynn. 91 with an 84 arm, so good range. That's my bad. I'll own that one. So Trammell is up, and he gets a base hit to right. So if I would have left Whitaker with a double, he would have scored on that.
Are you gonna listen to him?
When will I ever
Are
learn?
you gonna listen to me?
Fisk with 2 outs, runner at first, and he grounds out to first base. So we come away with nothing, and Dave Rozema is facing Dave Rader. here in the bottom of the third. Raiders taking over the catcher duties from Fisk. Not a fair replacement. I don't understand why they offered me that trade. We would get to 2 outs with Paquette lining up to center field. Unless it was a salary dump. I don't get it, but we'll take it. So Joe Morgan gets another base hit, and he's 2 for 2 today. And definitely concerned about his speed at first. Boggs rockets it through the left side for a base hit, and that brings up Jim Rice. And Rice is going to ground out to Brookins. So we get out of that inning.
No problemo.
So here is Steve Kemp in the top of the 4th. He rips it to the left. Is that a base hit? It is. It's kind of hard to tell on those because the Green Monster is so close. It's not the regular size outfield. Ooh, Parrish grounds out into a double play. So there goes our chances there. And it's up to Thompson, who sends a fly ball into the gap. That'll be an easy out on the warning track. So we're in the bottom of the 4th. And Carl Yastrzemski is at the plate. If you remember before, this is Carl Yastrzemski's final year in Major League Baseball. But he's an everyday player. Oh man, I think he's got that one. That's gone. Damn it. So it's 427 feet. Clearly, he's leading the team in home runs and batting 4th in the lineup. So he's got the ability to still produce for them. So the game's all tied as Lynn flies out to center. And Tony Perez, Hall of Famer, is at the plate. And he flies out to right.
Milk was a bad choice.
And it's 2 down for Dave Stapleton, who rips it to right. So we're through 4 innings, tied at 1. And we have our bottom third of the lineup with Tom Brookins, who's 0 for 4 against Parks this season. But there he goes. He gets off the schneid with a base hit through the left side. We're going to hit and run. We have good speed with Brookins and great contact. So let's see if we can't get something generated here. Oof. Ground ball back to the pitcher for 1 out. They take the runner at first as Brookins advances. So Stegman we know we can't count on for much, but we're going to have him hit to the right side, maybe move Brookins along. But, of course, he hits it to the left side because he's not capable of doing basic baseball maneuvers. And that brings up Sweet Lou, who strikes out looking. We're having a problem really generating anything. We did have a pretty good offensive output yesterday. Rozema not in any danger of running up his pitch count. That's one good thing about him. Ooh, there's a base hit down the left field line for a double. He doesn't walk many, and he doesn't strike out anybody, so his counts don't get too high. We've got to bring the outfield in. Try to prevent Raider with slow speed from scoring. Brookins scoops it up and gets him out at first. Runner does not advance. But now we have a problem because Morgan has been a real thorn in the side of Rozema.
I meant to do that.
We're gonna blue the outfield in again. And Morgan's going to ground out to Lou, moving the runner up to third, and that brings up Wade Boggs, who I guess we're going to pitch to. Yeah, that was a bad. I was thinking about walking him to face the righty, but you pick your poison with Boggs and Rice, so. We give up the lead. Rozema's still pitching pretty good, right? Oh, and Rice laces it to right anyway. So, yeah, Rozema's not going to get through this inning because we got 2 lefties coming up, and Yaz has already gone deep off of him. So we're going to try to preserve his decent start there, and we're going to bring in our workhorse, Schatzeder.
Where are you? I'm in a glass case of emotion.
And Yaz is 0 for 1 versus Schatzy. So let's see if we can get him out. Grounder to Lou, and we get out of it. So the damage was done, though, and Boston's got a 2-1 lead in the top of the 6th. Danny Parks, I don't know who this guy is, but he is amazing. Alan Trammell grounding out to second baseman.
No, there is too much. There is so much.
Carlton Fisk, we need you to hit a home run against your team here. Your old team. Hey, I called it. Look at that. Boom.
Settle down, Bela.
Home run for Fisk. Tying the game up. Sticking it in the rookie's face.
She said.
Steve Kemp to the plate with 1 out. He's going to ground out to the backup shortstop, first baseman. And Big Will, Lance Parrish is up. He had a home run to score the first run for the Tigers. And he pops out to the umpire. That's what it looked like there.
I thought my jokes were bad.
So Fred Lynn with the defensive play of the game, throwing out Whitaker at third. His first strikeout for the Tigers today. Schatzy striking out Lynn. And now we've got 2 righties in a row. So Schatzeder is supposed to be able to get lefties and righties out, and he does get the Hall of Famer Tony Perez out, and he should be able to get Dave Stapleton out. There we go. Good job, Schatzy. So we're through 6. Game is tied. Danny Parks' pitch count is not even to 80 yet. He strikes out Thompson. Brookins to the plate. Grounding up to first, and Gary Hancock is up, and he grounds out to third base. So we got 4 lefties in a row. I'm going to stretch Schatzeder into the 7th. Rader's going to fly out to the left. Tom Paquette. Neither one of Rader or Paquette has a hit versus lefties, let alone even been on base yet. Paquette hits it to Trammell at short, and there's 2 down. And then Joe Morgan is 0 for 3 versus Schatzeder. Oh man, he laces it to left. Is it off the wall? No, Kemp gets it. So 1-2-3 inning there. And we're moving to the top of the 8th. Dave Stegman. Yep, grounded out to the shortstop. Oh no! That backup shortstop makes the error there, and we'll take it. So we have Stegman on first with Sweet Lou. We're going to hit and run. This has come back to bite me with a couple strike 'em out, throw 'em outs. But it looks like we're going to advance Stegman. And now we're going to take Trammell and have him hit to the right side. And that might fall in. Yes. So that'll get Stegman in and we'll take the lead. I am not going to run. We have the lead, so we're going to say no. There's only 1 out. And we have Fisk, who's already hit a home run against Danny Parks. So I'm afraid for the double play, but we're going to let him swing away here. Oh, he rips it down the right field line for a single. I'm not going to try to even try against Fred Lynn. Trammell gets it to third. And now we're going to go for the sac fly, and we'll take whatever we can get. Boom. Oh no, that's going to be a double play for sure. Oh no, another error. So an error on the first baseman, Tony Perez. And that'll get our second run in the game, of the inning. And so now we have Parrish up to the plate, and he walks. So we've pushed Danny Parks over 100 pitches, and he's up against the ropes. Let's see if we can get JT to knock him out. Boom. Oh, nope. Oh, do we run against Lynn?
Just what do you think you're doing?
Yeah, we got a 2-run lead. Yes! Oh, no! Oh, man, I didn't learn a lesson there. That sucks. Okay. I would be a terrible third base coach, and that gets out of the inning. Double play. So, 2-run lead, bottom of the 8th. Shotzi's thrown 32 pitches. He's done his job, but we do have some more lefties coming up here. So we're going to skip Underwood and go to Hiller, who, after giving up that grand slam to Bobby Mercer of the Yankees, the walk-off grand slam, has been fairly decent. His ERA is under 9, so let's see if he can get through this inning. He's going to have to face Rice, who's a righty. We get the first out. And Hall of Famer Jim Rice here is going to walk him, looks like. So that's not good. But it does bring up Yaz, who is old and slow of foot. So let's see if we can't get a double play. That should be a double play. Yes. So we get out of it, and they bring in Bill Campbell, who's in his 5th game, hasn't done too well this season. No saves. So I'm sure Eckersley's the closer on this team. Tom Brookins to the plate here in the top of the 9th. And he grounds out to second. And that brings up Gary Hancock. Gets a base hit down the left field line. I think that's his first hit as a Tiger. Right? Yes. History was made. And now we have Stegman. Grounds out to first. Double play? Nope. They get the runner at second, so Stegman stays at first. And now we have Sweet Lou, top of the lineup. 2 outs. He also grounds out to first. So I'm going to try to have Hiller get Lynn, and then I'll bring in Senior Smoke for the 2 right-handers. Try to get the save. And that's going to be a fly ball to left. Yeah, Kemp's got it, so we're 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. And we're bringing in Senior Smoke to get his 6th save. Facing Tony Perez. I would guard the lines, but I'm not worried about him doubling. He grounds out to short for 2 outs, and then brings up Dave Stapleton. And, it can't be easy. Dave Stapleton gets a base hit to the left, and now we've got some lefties to contend with. Well, I'm going to let Lopez pitch to Raider. Every decision I've made so far has been bad, but he strikes him out and we're out of it. So we get the win that game, and we break our losing streak. Tigers win 4-2. Let's see if there's any trade offers. There is. The Royals are offering me Rusty Torres and Dave Chalk for my minor leaguer Bruce Fields. Now, I'm sort of interested. If he can play center field, he can't. So he's no use to me. So no. And that's the only offer today. And I'm going to pull up the box score. Feel free to pause it, take a look. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Schatzeder got his 4th win in relief. That's amazing. Appreciate you watching, and please like and subscribe. Please tune in and take a look at the Absolute Baseball Blaster Box break. And until next time, have a good night.